Shalom, this is the I.S.U.P.K. Feast day, the Day of Atonement. No food and no drink for 24 hours. So we're going to start the Sabbath service. All right, we're going to rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shamkar. Yahweh. Malakavka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. I.S.U.P.K. Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Washemayim. Mefalinawa. Lacham. Cow. Yawam. Wasalakinawa. Kabawafinawa. Wasalakinawa. Kabawafinawa. Wala'ah. Wabi'ainawa. Banasaya 1. Abal. Washainawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Lakam. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. I will love you. Man, in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debt as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Barakah Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. Wama Yaka Ala. Wa Alahaya. Mataz Yahanna. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kotazayanyam. Ha Kayayam. Wa Akwafyam. Yahweh. Bashem. Yahweh Shai. The water. Amen. And in the English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. It's a cup, the fire in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch Lafalanawa, Hakak, La'Pa'ah, Kalmakala, Makal Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwiam, Hamafyam, Hakak, Al-Kawaf, Tama'ala, the Garashan, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, the water, Amen. And in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahahaya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, I.S.U.P.K, Shemayim, Wa'aratiza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, La'ah, Yashan, Shawamah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Zalka, Bayat, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarah, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Makaurai, Yashama, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashama, Taza'afka, Babawa Aika, Ma'aika, I will love. Amen. So be it, Slakia. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help?
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
My
Yahweh,
help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
Yahweh
hand.
is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by
nor
night.
the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time
From
forth
this time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Al-Damayah,
Al-Damayah, Lakah,
Al-Fakarash,
Al-Takarash,
Ba'al,
Ba'al,
Ashqaq,
Ashqaq,
Al,
Al,
Kayah,
Kayah,
Hanam,
Hanam,
Awayabika,
Awayabika,
Imam,
Yahamma Yawan,
Yuwan, Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Amakah,
Ira Yamwa,
Ira Yamwa, Sawadah,
Wayafa,
Wayatah,
Aitazawa,
Wayatazawa,
Al-Tazapuwanika,
Al-Tazapawanyika,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Kawa,
Nakawa,
Kakadam,
Wayakakidam,
Gaya,
Magaya,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakah,
Yazakah,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwadah,
Iwadah,
Kayah,
Kayah,
Aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
Ba,
the Ba,
Yaka'adwa,
Yaka'adwa,
Al-Yikah,
Bayaka,
Bayaf,
Bayaf,
Yakarafwa,
Yakarafwa,
Bahaya,
Bahaya,
Al-Wam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Wa,
Yashamai,
Yashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Ma'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Gaya,
Wahagayam,
Ba,
the Ba,
Aimawa,
I'm a one,
Aimallah,
I'm a love,
Shaf,
Palashah,
Anishabya,
I'm a Shabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Nalawab,
Nalawa,
Imam,
I'm Mum,
Ayawa,
Bayawa,
Zawai,
Zawai,
Banyalawat,
the Bayalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalam,
Aishalam,
Madyan,
Kamadyan,
Siyah,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Manakal,
Balakal,
Bayashwan,
Bayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ayan Arab,
Ba'anda Dura,
Hayawa,
Bayawa,
Man,
the Man,
La Dama,
the Adama,
Shayfamba,
Shaytamwa,
Da,
the Da,
Yabmawa,
Yabmawa,
Ira,
Ira,
Wakaza Abba,
because of Abba,
Wakaza Bat,
because of Bat,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Manai,
Menai,
Kal,
Kal,
Masi Kamwa,
Masaya Kamwa,
Shah,
Kasha,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Marashah,
Nairashah,
Nanawa,
Nanawa,
Af,
Af,
Na'awaf,
Na'awaf,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayfamba,
Shaytamwa,
Galgala,
Kagagala,
Kwash,
Kakwash,
Panyarikal,
Panyamakah,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Baba Ira,
Kaba'aya,
Ira,
Ya'ira,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalahaba,
Kalahaba,
Kalahat,
Kalahat,
Harayam,
Hayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Faradakma,
Naradakma,
Masa Irika,
Basa Iraka,
Babasa,
Babasa,
Pafka,
Papka,
Bahilam,
the Balaham,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Kwashwa,
Kwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Bashwa,
Bashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Wahalwa,
Bahawa,
Ajai,
Ida,
Waya,
Waya,
Pawa,
Power,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Iwa,
the Iwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Fa,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Badka,
the Badka,
Al-Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al-Kaha,
Al Kahar,
Arataza,
Arataza, so be it. Oh man. Psalm 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up their head.
Have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And have consulted against.
Thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more in
May be
remembrance.
no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal and Ammon.
Gabal and Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They have
Lot.
hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
Unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
And
And to Jabin. And the brook of Kisan. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Made their nobles like Oreb. And like Zayeb. Yea. All their princes as the bar. And as Zalmunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O Yahweh. Made it like a wheel. As a stone before the wind. As a fire burning for wood. And as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High, over all the earth. So be it. and the blessings. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the schools. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, national space programs, army, navy, air force, marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Call it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Call it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it.
With that, Yeshabian, which means to be seated.
I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's okay.
So, as you know, it's our customs to read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, on the feast days. So, I'm gonna start off in the Hebrew.
What?
Yeah. You know, I was looking at it, I thought the same thing. I remember. So, we're gonna read Leviticus 23 in the Hebrew and then in the English. So let me just get the Hebrew up. So we read 7 verses in the Hebrew, 7 verses in the English. Let me get my Hebrew up.
23.
So this is Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Hold on. Oh, I was thinking yes. Hold on.
23.
No, I'm going to read it in the Hebrew first and then. All right, the Leviticus chapter 23 and 1. Wayada bar Yahweh al Mashah la'amah. Verse 2. The bar al Banya Yasha'ale wa Maraf alaham Mawa Idaya Yahweh Ashar Fakura'awa Afam Makura'aya Kodash Alaha Ham Mawa Idaya. Verse 3. Shashaf Yamayam Fa'aisha Mala'aka Waba Yawam Hashab Ayai Shabafwan Makura'a Kodash Kal Mala'aka La'a Fa'aishawa Shabaf Hawa'a La Yahawa Bakal Mawa Shabaf Yakom. Verse 4. Alaha Mawa Idaya Yahawa Makura'aya Kodash Ashar Fakura'awa Afam Bamawa Idam. Verse 5. Bakadash Har Ashawan Bara Rabai Baya Aisha Lakadash Bayan Ha'ai Rabiam Pasak La Yahweh. Verse 6. What Bakma Shah Aisha Yawam Lakadash Hazahar Kagar Hamatazawaf La Yahweh Shabaif Yamayam Matazawaf Fa'akalawa Bayawam Hara'ashawan Makara'a Kwadash Yahweh Lakam Kal Malakaf Ibada La'a Fa'aishawa. All right, that right there was 7 verses in the Hebrew. So now I'm going to read 7 verses in the English. So this is Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1 in the English. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. And holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. All right, that was the 7 verses in the Hebrew and in the English. Now we're going to call a brother up. I imagine. All right, Alban, you got to come and state your rich.
Be careful, anyway. Be careful.
Ra'aban ban ban yamyan ban yashala.
Ra'aban ban ban yamyan ban yashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Right, Yeshabion, which means be seated. So we're going to have the brother read the Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 8 up and down. This is the Hebrew teacher for the UK. It's the Hebrew teacher for the UK. So, okay, do your thing. Go ahead, listen, go ahead, you got it. So, okay.
Go God. Wahak Warabtham Asha La Yahweh Shaba'ith Yah it's like a yam yam Bayawam Hashabah Ya'aya Makwa Ra'ah Kwadash Kal Mala Akaf Ibada La'ah Tha'aishawa Pa Wayadaba Yahweh Al Asha it's like a Masha La'amar the Ba Al Banya Yasha'ala Wa'a Marath Alaham Kaya Thaba Awa Al Ha Rataza Asha Banya Anya Nathan Lakam Wakwata Zartham Ath Kwatazar Kwatazaya Kwatazariya Waha Ba'atham Ath Aimar Ra'ashwan Ra'ashyaf Kwatazayakam Al Hakahan Wahan Yap Ath Ha'aimar Lapanya Yahweh La Arataza Nakam La Rataza Nakam Mama Karath Hashabath Yana Yapanya Yana Yapanwa Hakahan Wa'ai Shayath it's like Wa'ai Shayatham Bayawam Hana Hanyab it's like Hanaya Pakam Ath Ha'aimar Kabash Thamayam Ban Shanathawa La'ila La Yahweh Wama Nakathwa Shanya Aishanayam Salath Bala Wala Bashaman Asha La Yahweh Wayak it's like Rayak Neyakak, Wana Sakawa, Yayan, Rabah Ya'ith, Hahayan. Verse 14. Walakam, Wakwalya, Wakaramal, La'a, Tha'akawa, Itazam, Hayawam, Hazar, Haba Yaakam, Ath, Kwaraban, Alahayakam, Kakwath, Iwalam, Ladabath, Ladarath Yakam, Bakal, Mashabath Yakam. That's 7 verses. Leviticus 23 and verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So like we say every feast day, you shall do no servile work. This was talking about your occupation. This don't mean you have to sit down in the dark. This was just talking about your occupation. That's servile work. So when you see rest days in the Bible, today that would be meaning a rest day from work. Like on a rest, like with work, they give you rest days. On those rest days, they can't tell you what to do on those rest days. On those rest days, the only thing you can't do on them rest days is come to work.
Right.
Whatever you want to do on them rest days is up to you, but you can't come to work. And this is the same thing. You work 6 days, you have a rest day, which was the Sabbath. These holy convocations is Sabbath, the holy days too. You're not meant to work. Your workplace is supposed to be closed. So okay, go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
And you'll bring the first of your fruits to the priest. You'll bring those to the priest. Back then, you'll bring those to who? The priest who was over your city, the Levites. Go ahead.
And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord.
And he'll wave the sheaf before the Lord. Now he would wave the sheaf, and everyone would know, all right, you've done what you're supposed to do. You brought your first fruits. That's why he would wave it. This was, proof that you brought your first fruits. Go ahead.
To be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf and helam without blemish of the first year.
You'll offer a helam without blemish, which is no broken bones, nothing wrong with it. You'd offer this one of the first year. Go ahead.
For a burnt offering unto the Lord.
And this would be a burnt offering. This would go on the altar. So the priest would take this, and this would go on the altar. Go ahead.
And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil.
And it'll be fine flour mingled with oil. Go ahead.
An offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink thereof shall be of wine.
And the drink thereof shall be of wine. So you'll also have drink offerings. Go ahead.
The 4th part of an hin. And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
Go ahead. That's verse 14. All right. So we're going to go back into the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15. Verse 15. I'll probably do it from this side. All right, Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wasat Rafam Lakom Mama Karaf Hashabaf Mayawam Haba Yaakam Afar Aima Hafa for Wapa Shabai Shabafwan Fama Yamaf Faha Yana, verse 16. Ida Mama Karaf Hashabaf Ya'if Fasa Parawa Kamashayam Yawam Wahakwe Rab Fam Manakar Kadashah La Yahweh. Verse 17. Mama with Shab Fayukum Faba Ya'awa Lakam Hana Wapa Shafayam Shanya Aishara Nayam Salaf Fahaya Yana Kamataza Fa'apayan Naha Bakawarayam La Yahweh. Verse 18. Wahakwa Rab Fam Ayla Halakam Shaba'if Kabashayam Famayam Banya Shana Wapa Ban Bakwa Akkad Wa'a Yalam Shanyam Yahayan Ayla La Yahweh Wamanakfam Wanasekayaham Ashar Rayak Nayaka La Yahweh. Verse 20. Sorry, it's like what verse am I reading down to? 21. All right, no sweet. Wa Aisha Yafam Sha'ayara Isayam Akkad Lakata Af Washanya Kabashayam Banya Shana Lazabak Shalamyam Wahanayat Hakahan Afam Ayla Lakam Habakawariam Fanawapa Lapanya Yahweh Ayla Shanya Kabashayam Kwadash Yahayan La Yahweh Lakahan. Verse 21. Wakara Afam Ba'aitazam Hayawam Hazahar Makara Kwadash Yahweh Lakam Kal Malakaf Ibada La'a Fa'aishawa Kakwaf Iwalam Bakal Mawashabaf Yukam Lada Rafa Yukam. All right, that's the 7 verses in the Hebrew.
Leviticus 23 and verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
So you'll count 7 Sabbaths. 7 Sabbaths will be complete. Go ahead.
Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days.
So now that's the Feast of Pentecost, which is the Feast of First Fruits. In the Old Testament, it calls it First Fruits. The New Testament calls it Pentecost. Same thing. So okay, go ahead.
And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven.
So you bring 2 loaves of bread baken with leaven.
They are the first fruits unto the Lord. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord.
And these things was back then for burnt offerings for the Lord. Like today, we're here for the Day of Atonement. So just understand, atonement is what? No food and no drink for 24 hours. That's what it is. This is a fast for 24 hours where you afflict your soul. So you afflict your soul by what? No food and no drink. Just understand that on this feast, obviously you're allowed to brush your teeth and those kind of things. Because some people believe they can't brush their teeth, but you're allowed to. Brushing your teeth ain't eating food. Just don't swallow the toothpaste or the water. You just rinse your mouth out, brush your teeth, rinse your mouth out, and spit the water out. That's what you do. Obviously, don't not brush your teeth. And don't think this means you have to sit around in the dark all day. And Jewish people put pins in their shoes and hurt themselves and all of those kind of things. Obviously, you don't afflict yourself. That's not in the Bible. That's you adding onto the records, man. That's you adding to the records that ain't in there. Nowhere in the Bible did a man put a pin in his shoe and every time he walks, he cuts his foot. That didn't happen. That's stupidity, man. This is no food or drink for 24 hours, man.
God.
If you was able to fall asleep for 24 hours and you didn't eat or drink, you still kept the feast, man. Don't let no one lie to you and make it like you have to be depressed and stare at the wall and you can't watch TV. Afflicting your soul is just no food and no drink.
Right.
You're supposed to feel them hunger pains and feel hungry. You're supposed to feel like hungry. You're supposed to, every second of the day, while it is every day the Day of Atonement comes around, I'll be fine, and as soon as the sun goes down, I start craving for water, man. I start craving for water. Whereas every other day of the year, I don't care about water, man.
Right.
Only on the Day of Atonement, you realize, damn, how good water is.
God.
Even water looks sexy on the Day of Atonement. Water looks sexy on the Day of Atonement, so lucky,
Right.
but you can't have it till the sun goes down. So you fast for 24 hours, and that's what afflicting your soul is. For anyone that didn't know, so lucky, go ahead.
Oh God, it's lucky if I could.
Go ahead.
It's funny how the Jewish man, he reads afflicting your soul. he reads that, translators as putting a pin in his shoe. Afflict the soul of his foot, man. That's how you know that man don't have no flick.
Oh, yeah, so
Right. Oh God.
Carnivals could be so lucky.
Right. With their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Then you shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest.
So now these offerings right here is what we used to what we would do before Christ came, and obviously Christ became our sacrifice. But what's that scripture say where it goes, obedience is sacrifice enough? Something along them lines. You know what you're trying to about? I've lost my mind.
It's like a contrite heart.
No,
it's the opposite. It's, you know what I'm on about?
Love requires obedience over sacrifice.
Nah, there's a next one where it says hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's either that or I've lost my mind. So lucky.
It was Saul and Samuel. It goes obedience is better than sacrifice.
Nah, there's a next one. I believe it was in Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, that's the one. The one that says, "He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough."
Okay.
That's the one. So listen, man. We bring in offerings, man.
Right.
We keeping the laws and we bring offerings enough.
That's right.
You people talking about why don't you use like sacrifice goats and this and that? We keep the law. We bring sacrifices enough, man.
That's right.
We keep the law, man. The law requires obedience and not sacrifice. If you're bragging about bringing goats and all these things to the Lord, it's because you was constantly breaking the law, man.
God.
We ain't got to bring none of those things. We're obedient, man. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall
and no servile work again. Because this one here, people think on the Sabbath you can't do nothing, man. People think on the Sabbath, like, listen, man, the Sabbath is your day off from your slavery, man.
Right.
The Sabbath is your day to play Call of Duty, man.
That's right.
The Sabbath is your day to go on the PlayStation and or eat desserts and all of those kind of things. Imagine this: you work 6 days a week, and on your one day off, you have to stare at the wall all day. What kind of life would that be, man?
Right.
People who understand the scriptures, that's how they read it. That's why Christ had to tell them the Sabbath was made for man, meaning this day is made for you to rest, man. This day is made for you to rest and enjoy, man. That's what that day is made for. The Sabbath ain't meant to be a day where you hate it and you're not looking forward to it. I remember listening to these fake Israelites, they hate the Sabbath, man.
Right.
They're always like, I can't wait for the sun to come down, man. The Sabbath day is taking too long to be over.
God.
The Sabbath day is taking too long to be over, man. And all of those things. Listen, man, it's because they don't understand the Sabbath, so that's why they feel that way. They feel like this is a burden to them.
Right.
Whereas this is meant to be. And the thing is this: if you're working for someone, you're supposed to look forward to the Sabbath. Now, if the man who's the employer, then you might understand why he don't want it, because obviously he's losing money that day.
Right.
But you're getting a day off, man. The Lord made this day for you to get your rest. Because if it wasn't, your employer would end up working you to death. He would work you to death, and you would get no days off, like in slavery, man. No days off. They probably gave you a Sunday off because of church, and that's why most of you became Christian, man. So, okay, go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings.
In all your dwellings. And these feast days, we must keep them in all our dwellings.
That's right.
And this is why we're keeping it in the UK today. And our brothers is keeping it in the States. They're also keeping it in Jamaica. They're also keeping it in Puerto Rico. Everywhere we've got a school, man. They're keeping this in their time zone when the sun goes down in their city. Go ahead.
Throughout your generations. That's 21.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leviticus 23 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. Waba kwataza rekam ath kwatazaya aratazakam la'a thakala pa'ath shadak bakwa tazar bakwa kwatazarak wala kwataza yarak la'a thalakwat la'ainaya wala ga tha'izab atham anya Yahweh alahayakam waya daba Yahweh al masha la'amar daba al banya yasha'ala la'amar bakadash hashab ya'aya ba'akad lakadash yahaya lakam shabathwan zakarwan. Verse 20. Let's see. Thara wa I makwara kwadash kal malakath ibada la'a tha'ishwa waha kwarabtham asha la Yahweh waya daba Yahweh al masha la amar ak ba'aishawa la kadash hashaba ya'aya hazar yawam hakapariam hawa'a makwara'a kwadash yahaya lakam wa'ainayatham ath napash the yakam waha kwarabtham asha la Yahweh wakal malaka la'a fa'aishwa ba'ai tazam hayawam hazar kaya yawam kapayam hawa'a la kapa I yakam la panya Yahweh ala hayakam. That's 28. Leviticus 23 and verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field.
And the Lord said, when you reap the harvest of your land, you ain't supposed to pick up the gleanings. The gleanings is the ones that fall on the floor. You can't fill up a basket and then come back and then pick up the rest. What you have to do, you have to leave some for the poor of your people. Because the Lord is showing us about brotherhood, man. Now, if you're a man that has all these fruits and so forth, you have to leave some for the poor. And then what does that do? At least with our poor brothers, at least they will never starve. They'll be poor, but they won't starve.
God.
They will have the basics. Like what did Christ say? Brothers need what? Food and raiment. That's right. If you don't reap the gleanings, guess what? They will have food, man.
Right.
Brothers can take them apples and make an apple crumble, man. Okay. Take the rhubarb. What fruit goes into rhubarb pie? What fruit goes into the rhubarb pie?
It's rhubarb.
It's rhubarb.
It's like a root. Looks like
celery. Do you think it's even grow rhubarb? So I don't know where rhubarb comes from. But they could make a rhubarb pie and all of those kind of things, man. Like with fruits, the certain things you can do. You leave the gleanings. Listen, man. You leave the gleanings for the poor of your brothers, man.
Right.
Because why? One day you might be poor, and you might need those gleanings, man. You might need those gleanings. So this is why you do this and take care of the poor. You leave those, and then the whole nation can eat, man. Imagine there's a brother and he's stressed and he's poor. At least he has food, man. That's one less thing to worry about, man. Now, a rich man ain't supposed to go in your field and just think, all right, I'm going to eat all your fruits. And obviously, this is for the poor. That's what it says, leave them for the poor. But while it is, with our people now, you know those people who have their own money, but they want to spend your money.
Right.
While it is, don't do that to your people, man. There's a man that will come to your field, take everything and leave you with nothing if you had it his way, man.
Right.
And brotherhood works both ways. It works both ways, man. Don't try and rob your brother's goods. Like, say, for instance, nowadays, today, that would be with money, man. If you got your own money, don't be trying to rob your brother's money. People always do it. You know, when someone's trying to spend your money, but not theirs. They've got their money. They said they got no money, but they want to spend your money. Don't do that to your brothers, man. It's not brotherly. And we've become a nation of people that like to do that to one another.
Right.
We like to spend your money, but we don't want to spend our money, man. Don't do that to your brothers. Slucky, go ahead.
Come on. Thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God.
So, lucky, I was asking, can you call out the chapter and verses when you're reading them? All right, no sweat. We're going to call out the chapter and verses.
So now I'm at Leviticus 23 and verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month in the 1st day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets.
A memorial of blowing of trumpets, and that was last week, man. Right. We was getting down last week, man.
That's right.
We had a memorial of blowing of trumpets, man. A memorial for the ages. We was getting down, man. So much that people walking past was stopping and taking pictures, man.
Right.
Because we was getting down last week, man. Like only Israelites can. Now, the Jewish man, he don't celebrate these feast days the right way, man.
Right.
Whereas in here, we was getting down at the memorial of blowing the trumpets. And we're going to be getting down next week, man. With the generals at the Feast of Tabernacles in Edinburgh Castle.
Right.
Edinburgh Castle is going to see niggas on top of niggas on top of niggas, man. How it's supposed to be. You're gonna think King James. You're gonna see me come out of that room and think I'm King James, man. You're gonna see me walk out of the room where King James used to be and think I'm King James. The way how fly we're gonna be looking in our garments, man.
That's right.
So lucky, go ahead.
Come on. And holy convocation. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
And no servile work again therein. And listen, for the Day of Atonement, man, is every year what you should do is get the day after slavery, man.
Right.
I remember in my younger years being at the slavery and Day of Atonement, feeling like I'm gonna faint every single year, man. Listen, man, you get the day off your slavery. And also, with Day of Atonement, if you can't get the day off, don't be going to work letting the whole world know I'm fasting and I'm so hungry and I'm so weak. Christ said, put oil on your face, man, and no one's supposed to know.
That's right.
Someone offers you food and I say, nah, I'm okay. Nah, I'm all right. I'm all right for now. I say, nah, I'm all right. That's it. Don't be going there letting the whole world know, holding your stomach and looking upset and looking depressed.
Right.
This is what you do. You put oil on your face. You stand up straight, man.
That's
and
right.
you put a smile on your face. Put a smile on your face and go about your day.
Right.
That's what you do, man. We don't do this to be seen of men, for everyone to say, oh, you fasted for 26 hours. We don't do that for this, man. So what to do? You put oil on your face and go about your day. So, okay, go ahead.
That's right. Come on. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
And this is where we are today. This is the Day of Atonement. And like we said, the Day of Atonement is no food and no drink from sundown to sundown. And we're in the Day of Atonement right now.
Right. So
listen, if it helps, put a note on the fridge, because sometimes you forget, man. Put a note on the fridge. Put a note on the cupboards. If you forget, have you ever forgotten you go to open the fridge?
Yeah, you come back to you. Oh shit.
Open the fridge, man. You open the fridge and then you look at the drinks. Put a note on the fridge. Put a note on everything that you're gonna try and use, man, if it helps, until you remember. And also, your children, they're too young. If your children are too young to do the Day of Atonement, feed your children, man. In here, we don't starve our children, man.
Right.
There's some people that make their babies do the Day of Atonement, man. The baby don't even know it's atoning for. The baby's the baby don't know what it's atoning for. Listen, man. Only able-bodied people are supposed to do it. If you're elderly and you need to take medication, then obviously you wouldn't do it because you need to take medication.
Right.
But if you're able-bodied, you're young and strong like Arban right here, you do the Day of Atonement, man.
That's right.
You won't be excused. So lucky, go ahead.
Come on. Verse 27. Let's see. And ye shall afflict. It's like it should be Day of Atonement. It shall be an holy convocation.
Holy convocation where you come together. Go ahead.
Unto you, and ye shall afflict your soul.
And ye shall afflict your soul, and you afflict your soul by what? No food and no drink. That's how you afflict your soul. You don't need to put a pin in your shoe. You don't need to punch yourself and attack yourself,
right, and
bang your head on the wall. You don't do that. You afflict your soul by no food and no drink. That's how you afflict your soul. Go ahead.
And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
And you'll offer a fire made by fire unto the Lord back then. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day.
And you do no work in that same day. You do no work in it. Go ahead.
For it is a day of atonement.
For it is a day of atonement. And the Lord's feast days are important, man. The rest of the world take Christmas and all this garbage serious. We take the Lord's feast day serious in here, man.
Right.
That's why we have the calendar and all of those kind of things. Go ahead.
For it's a day of atonement to, it's like it. And he shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Atonement for you, for the Lord our God. Go ahead.
That's verse 28. So we have.
Yeah, cool. All right, with that, we up on the time. I imagine. I'm doing this for a while, so lucky. All right, rise and face the east. Abanawa,
Bashamayim,
Dash,
I.S.U.P.K,
Shamka,
Yahawah,
Alakpaka,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka, I.S.U.P.K,
Ratazaka,
Bashamayim, Fundanawa, Kam, Cow. You won. What's the lucky now? What's the lucky now? What's the lucky now? What's the lucky now? What I know. What is one? A ball. A shine one. A yan. Right. Kaya. Amalakwa. Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. It's the blessings in the Hebrew. Barak Yahawah. Yahawah Shai. Wama Yaka'ala. Betaz Abi'ah. YAHANNA. Haranyam. Yahawah. Hashem. The water. Aman. And in the English, bless you, Yahawah. And Yahawashi. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahanna. The general. The captain. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahawah. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you always. So be it. All right, the power in the Hebrew. Yahawah. Hashem. Shai. Shah. Fundanawa. In the English,
Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya. Al-Mahayim.
Al-Mahayim.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Ma'ayin.
Power.
Yahweh.
Aishah.
Aishah.
Shemayim. Ratazah.
Ratazah.
Elifan.
Yodan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Galka.
Galka.
Aliyanawam.
Aliyanawam.
Maka.
Shemaka.
Kana.
Kana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Alawam.
Yanawam.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yishan.
Yishan.
Shamah.
Shamah.
Sha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zalka.
Aliyad.
Yad.
Yamika.
Yamika.
Yamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wa'arak.
Wa'arak.
Walala.
La'ila.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaka.
Yashamaka.
Akarai.
Wakarai.
Yashama.
Yashama.
Afna Pashka.
Afna Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashama.
Yashama.
Kaza Afka.
Kaza Afka.
Baba Aka.
Baba Aka.
Aifa.
Ma'aitha. Mu'ai. I will love. Psalm 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
Will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
From all
from
evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
This time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
Alright, this is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Ka. Al-Fakarash.
Al-Fakarash.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Washakwat.
Washakwat.
Al. Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Wa-Yab-Yika.
Rabiyaka.
Yahama-Yawan.
Yahama-Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wa-Yafa.
Wa-Yafa.
Ya'itazawu.
Ya'itazawu.
Al-Tazpawanyika.
Al-Tazapawanyika.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Kawa.
Nakawa.
Kakidam.
Kakidam.
Gaya.
Gaya.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakah.
Yazakah.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Aiwadah.
Aiwadah.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Aitazawu.
Wa'aitazawu.
Ba.
Ba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alika.
Alika.
Wa'yaf.
Wa'yaf.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Ahalya.
Ahalya.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashamai.
Yashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mo'aba.
Mo'aba.
Wahagaya.
Wahagaya.
Mo.
Ba.
Aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Alashaf.
Alashaf.
Ainishabya.
Ainishabya.
Wo.
Tazawwa.
Ram Ashawo.
Ram Ashawo.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Haimam.
Haimam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Banya the what?
The Banya the what?
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalam.
Aishalam.
Madyan.
Madyan.
Kasiyah.
Kasiyah. Sara'ah.
Yabyan.
Kayabyan.
Walakal.
Walakal.
Yashwan.
Yashwan.
Madwa.
Madwa.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Ra.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Man.
The man.
La Dama.
The Alama.
Shay Famwa.
Shay Famwa.
Da.
Da.
Yab.
Yab.
Mawa.
Mawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazabat.
Wakazabat.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Kal.
Kal.
Nasi Kamwa.
Nasaya Kamwa.
Shah.
Ashah.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Shah.
Nair Shah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Af.
Af.
Nawaf.
Nawa.
Alahayam.
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 Shay Famwa.
Shay Famwa.
Galgala.
Galgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rakad.
Lapanya Rakad.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Ira.
Ira.
Ira. Wa. Wa.
Wa.
Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Falahat.
Kalahat.
Hariam.
Hariam.
Khan.
Khan.
Faradatma.
Faradatma.
Wasa Irika.
Wasa Irika.
Wasa.
Wasa.
Pafka.
Pafka.
Bahalam.
Tabala.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Maya.
Maya.
Pashwa.
Kwashwa.
Shankar.
Shankar.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Bashwa.
The Bashwa.
Maya.
Maya.
Halwa.
Halwa.
Ai.
Ai.
Maya.
Maya.
Kapawa.
Kapawa.
Maya.
Maya.
Badwa.
Badwa.
Maya.
Maya.
Aiwa.
The Aiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Afa.
Afa.
Shankar.
Shankar.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Badka.
The Badka.
Aliwan.
Aliwan.
Al-Kahar.
Al-Kahar.
Aratazar.
Aratazar.
So be it.
So be it. One. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
And be not still.
And be not still.
It's like it. Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And consulted against.
Thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them up.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
Being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more in remembrance.
May be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabor and Ammon.
Gabor and Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also was joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zayem.
And like Zayem.
Yea. All their princes as Zubah.
All their princes as Zubah.
And as Zalmunah.
And as Zalmunah.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of the Most High in possession.
The houses of the Most High in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As a fire burning for wood.
As a fire burning for wood.
And as a flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That men may seek thy name.
That men may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou,
Whose
name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the Most High.
Art the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
And the curses like him. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure
of the rich of Israel.
of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And their drug
And their
dealers.
drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam. Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Pastor
Pastor.
The gay
The
movement.
gay movement.
The lesbian
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
That's the space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
The cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people.
of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us.
seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction
to all the heathen.
To all the heathen
that stand in the way.
that stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Or try to stop us
from broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake.
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief and the
the
murderer.
house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen
that come up against us.
that come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
I read that. Clap it up. And broadcast at the top. All right, Shalom Israel. We'll see you here tomorrow, 7 p.m.